Hi, this is James Shug with Westpac London's end of day report for Friday, October the 21st. Well, I've got to say I'm surprised. I mean, who would have thought that the news that EU leaders needed more time to come up with some sort of agreement in terms of how to respond to the sovereign and banking crisis now engulfing Europe. Who'd have thought that that would be a positive for equity markets? But that's the way it's worked out today. Certainly Merkel and Sarkozy have sold it as needing a little bit more time to put together the fine details of what will be a global and ambitious plan. There was also some talk from unnamed sources that we could see as much as 940 billion euros deployed in a new bailout fund, combining funds that have already been set aside and other funds. So all a bit wishy-washy, that story, but that combined with the hopes for a global and ambitious plan, and also some decent earnings reports in the US from GE and McDonald's, has meant that equity markets are in a sea of green today, positive right around the northern Atlantic. No real economic data of note, certainly not in the US. We had Canadian inflation and a weak German business survey from the IFO, but really it was all about those earnings reports and Europe. So that's all there is to say in terms of events. I'll just run through some numbers for you. On the commodity markets, we've got significant gains, reversing yesterday's losses, with copper up 5.25%, oil up 2.25% at $88.02 a barrel, and gold prices are up 1.5% at $1,638 an ounce. The Aussie dollar has benefited too. It's since lunchtime in London. It's risen more than 1 cent. It's at 1.023 against the actually 1.033 against the US dollar at the moment. In fact, even rising further. I just heard someone say 1.035. Okay, in terms of equity markets then, as I say, positive right across the northern hemisphere, with the Dow in the US currently up 1.7% at 11,743. The broader S&P measures up 1.6%. The Nasdaq up 1.5, fairly closely tracking each other today. In London, we've got a 2%. Oh, this is at 4 o'clock, by the way, so still an hour or so of trading to go in Europe. In London, we've got the FTSE up just under 2%. French market's up 2.4%, and the Germans are up 3.2%. All very positive, risk on day to day. It remains to be seen whether what gets delivered between Sunday and Wednesday now is enough to justify today's renewed burst of optimism. We'll see next week.